Alright, everybody, here we go. Turn 8. If we don't get rolling now, we're going to be in serious trouble. Let's see how it went. A messenger from Arco. More Homestuck stuff. If you want to read it, you can. Here, pause on this screen. I'm not going to right now. Research and evocation was completed. Infiltration of Shiniyama failed. The Imperial Consort was exposed and had to abort the infiltration, so we should probably get our consort out of there before he patrols it out. It's too bad. I really wanted to see his graphs. Maybe we'll try one more time. There was our one battle, and then a whole bunch of random events, it looks like. Hopefully those won't mess us up too bad. Alright, let's see. This is just fine men. There are a couple of wizards, but they're not very good wizards, so hopefully we'll be okay. Colored squares, fast forward, go. Our archers are moving however they want, but our other guys will get there in time. This should yeah. I would even say that went pretty well, though we probably did have some casualties. One of our archers just shot one of our infantry in the back of the head. Well, not in the back of the head because he didn't die, but one of these guys is wounded by one of... You can press V to see everything that's happened. I might not have picked the right one, but I saw one of them get hit by an arrow. Maybe it's this one who's slow now? Nope. Anyway. So we did win. That's good. How bad did we take casualties? We lost one footman and 6 of our cheap horsemen. So we got to stop making these. They're not worth the gold we're putting into them. They die constantly. They run away constantly. They're bad. However, we were only making them in the hopes of actually finishing taking our cap circle so we would have enough resources to make better things. And now I believe we finally may have enough resources. We also won these barbarian mercenaries. That's good news. It does mean we don't have enough gold this turn to make a lab, but that's going to be alright. We will have this guy search this province for magic sites so his turn isn't totally wasted. Let's see, did anything interesting? Do we see anything interesting up here? He only has 10 guys here, so I'm going to try to infiltrate one more time. And hopefully we'll get to see his graphs. We could also have the spy try to instill uprising, which would increase the unrest level, which would decrease the income of the province as people protest and don't pay their taxes very well. That's more likely to get us noticed and patrolled out, and also if Jay Brereton figures out, I'm just going to call him Jay Bray, it's hard to say his name. If Jay Bray figures out that we're doing that, then we'll be more likely to go to war right away, and I'm not sure I want to go to war with him right away until I know if there's some other neighbor over here that's going to be rushing me, so. And anyway, we really just need to keep expanding. Let's see. So, at this point, these guys have composite bows. There's only 3 of them left. They're not going to really be any good in melee. I'm just going to have 2 archer squads, one of which has some horse archers in it. I'm going to put them back here. I'm going to put these guys here. And I'm going to set both of these guys to just fire, which means they will choose a random target from among the enemy squads. It's good to be doing little bits of damage constantly to the enemy squads so that they have a higher chance of routing. Also, there's a small chance that those guys will pick commanders, although I think it's less likely than it was in Dominions 4. We're going to send... Oh, there's a river here. And it's only late fall, not winter, and we have... So even though there's cold on our side of the river somehow... Oh yeah, we had a whole bunch of random events. What's even going on? Okay. It got cold because it's near the Throne of Winter. Alright. A ship. Oh dear. This sounds bad. A ship has come from a distant land. After having been accepted ashore, several of the crew members died with blackened limbs and lumps in their armpits. The ship has now been burnt together with the sloppy harbor master. Hopefully it was not too late. I think we have a plague in our capital city. I can look up this event chain in the Dominions 5 mod viewer and figure out if there's any chance of preventing it. We do have 3 geomancers. It's possible that maybe one of them can prevent this from happening, But oh, and we have a disease healer, but that probably won't stop the plague from killing off a lot of our population. So fingers crossed that one of these geomancers manages to deflect the plague from our lives through figuring out what actions to take or what spell formations to set up or how to rearrange our furniture better so that we can not have a lot of our capital die from the plague. Anyway, we made a whole bunch of those bad horsemen that I said I was going to stop recruiting last turn. We are going to give them to this commander, and we're going to tell them to kill these wolf tribe archers. Hopefully they will not fail in their task. You stay behind your troops. You guys, get in there and mess them up. Okay, so these barbarians cannot go this way as I wanted them to. That's really frustrating. This is a lot of horse tribe cavalry, or at least it was a lot of horse tribe cavalry. How many barbarians is this? 40. Okay, there's a chance. Let's try it. We're going to deploy them all the way forward so they get hit by as few arrows as possible. We're going to put Rexor right up behind them. We're going to tell him to hold, stay behind troops. And we're going to throw these guys into this province. We have another fort here this turn. It's only a palisade so far. We're going to have to upgrade it to a fortress, which will take some time. But in the meantime, we can start recruiting some troops here. We don't have as many resources as we do in our capital, but we do have a fair number. Now, we're not going to make cavalry anymore until we have a lot of resources, and then we're going to make small units of elite good cavalry to go with our larger armies. For now, we're going to make a mix of, well, we should be able to cross this line next turn because this river should be frozen. Oh, I guess? No, these guys should be able to take this province, no problem. So, yeah, we're going to do that with those. Yeah, we'll start making a pile of archers up here. Hopefully next turn we'll be able to recruit even more archers and a few footmen to stand in front of them after we have this province. And then we will start sending more expansion forces out from here. It'll be a couple turns before we have enough stuff up here, but we can have a commander waiting here already. We'll have this guy come down here. We're going to start recruiting piles of archers for real down here as well because we have enough resources now. We will get a couple maybe good cavalry. Let's see. Nah, just archers for this turn. And either he'll want to move up and reinforce one of our other expanding armies, or we can maybe send him down this way. Are there extra archers here? A couple extra, yeah. Alright, what else? We're going to cast some scrying magic, even though... Oh, we could make some of these guys, huh? That's interesting. Probably a waste of gems to do that. We have a unique summon, Summon Celestial Servant. It's kind of a waste of gems at this point. It's a reference to Journey to the West. Appearance of an Obese Pigman. I think it is anyway. But they're these Celestial Pigmen, servants of the Celestial Bureaucracy. They're armed with rakes. They're very large. If we had a good bless for them, like maybe regeneration and quickness or something like that, they'd be very good for their cost, but because they are 3 gems each and it takes a mage turn to do that, they're really not worth summoning for us right now. What we are going to do, even though it is probably also a waste of gems, is we're going to cast Astral Projection over here. Oh, it's range 8. I thought it was range 6. Also, I counted wrong? Oh well. We're just going to put 3 in so we get 2 turns of vision, And we're actually going to cast 2 astral projections while we're at it. Because if you're going to, you know, waste gems, you might as well waste a lot of gems. Let's see if anybody is down here too. Alright, so that's going to put us a little bit behind on research, but I'm not as worried about that because we got the second early fort, so and we're ticking along here. Even though it's only 32 per month, it won't be too long till we have Conjuration 3, and then we'll start to fill out the other schools that make that worth it. So we're doing okay on the research front, and I'd like some information about who might be around. I hope there's not like somebody up here that's going to come down this way at me, but we'll find out. I should talk to Monkey more and figure out who's taking these provinces. We'll do that soon. And we're going to send a message to Shinuyama owning... No, we're not. Next turn. We should send a message to Monkey, though. Let's see. It's good to send high-effort messages. It really makes the game feel better. Alright, so here's the message I came up with. Greetings, fellow Taoists of the accursed Sea Star sect. We will happily give you access to the domains below the waves to the west of our capital, on the understanding that you do not try to preach your strange Tao there to plant doubts in the hearts of our disciples. Our domain is rich in spiritual energy, and your cultivators will thrive well enough there, we are sure. If you can find it in your alien hearts to give us the sea province in our cap ring, we would gladly exchange access to an additional swamp for it. We understand that the cultivation world is a bloodthirsty and cutthroat one, and that someday the paths of our Taos may diverge among the stars. But we hope that we can take the first steps on our paths together. If we can find the location of foul blood cultivation sects who corrupt the will of heaven and pervert the Tao, we will pass this information on to you, that we might destroy those fiends together. Or even these fiends together. And this message is, of course, from that first alchemist we recruited, who I've decided is now named Sect Elder Flame Harvest, the first alchemist of, let's call ourselves the heaven-defying soul ascension sect. That seems right. There's a typo in here. We need a T in pervert. And I just messed it up. Alright, there we go. All fixed. We are going to send this message. Okay, let's see. Did we do everything else on this turn? I got so distracted thinking about this message, I forgot. We have a new province. We should give it some province defense. We know what our wizards are doing. Our research hasn't changed. We've got one army going this way. They're as scripted as they can be, which is not very. We have an army going this way. We haven't thought about that at all yet. Oh, no, we did. That should... Militias and archers, yeah, that should work just fine. We have an army going this way. We scripted them too, hopefully well enough. We know what we're recruiting here. We know what we're recruiting here. Oh, we're not right. We should get a commander here. We can make a eunuch, which will be useful in getting our province defense up higher without having to pay a lot for it. In fact, I'm going to just bump this up to about 8 real quick. That way we're not wasting free province defense from the eunuch on raising it from 5 to 7. We can do the more expensive ones. He's waiting. Alright, I think that that should be everything for this turn. We could possibly bid on another mercenary. There's some swordsmen. Let's go ahead and give that a shot. Where would we want them? Here would be pretty good if we're going this way, which we should probably do. They could maybe, yeah. Or we could recruit them here, 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 here. I think this is the best option right here for where we would want those mercenaries. So let's see. They are 180 gold. We have quite a bit, but we want to be able... Okay, so our income is about 600. Oh, I did just bid on them, didn't I? Yeah, we're just going to bid the minimum on these. and hope. If we get them, that's great. If we don't get them, we'll have enough money to build a lab for sure, I think. Because we should... Yeah, it'll work out. We might have to make a cheap wizard in our cap. Oh, I did forget something very important. This is our alchemist. We are renaming him. He will be Sect Elder Flame Harvest. See, because he's good at fire and nature magic, so Flame Harvest, see? Nice. Should we make him first alchemist too? No, I don't think it fits. It doesn't. Okay, just Sect Elder Flame Harvest. And we're leaving him researching here instead of sending him out to search, because I think that the fact that he's a disease healer might help with the plague if the next event in that chain triggers next turn. Anyway, that's the turn. Turn 8 of my path to Ascension begins here. We're really starting to get rolling now. It will start getting more complex turn by turn in just a minute. I hear exciting things are happening on other planets, but until we can see some of them, I'm not going to worry about too much giving you guys a play-by-play. And we'll see how this whole trusting nuclear monkey thing turns out, but I'm going to go for it. I've stalemated for a long time in games by fighting him as hard as I can before, so we might as well go for the peacefully coexist and try to out-expand him strategy. We'll see how it goes. Turn 8. Our path to Ascension begins here, and we are taking our first steps into the wider cultivation world today by scrying on distant provinces to find out who's there. We'll get the results for that next turn. Look forward to it. Thanks. Bye.